Have you ever wondered how powerful your mind really is? Imagine walking into a doctor's office with a serious illness. Instead of prescribing real medicine, the doctor gives you a sugar pill. You take it, and your symptoms begin to fade. How can that be? This isn't magic. It's the placebo effect, the astonishing ability of the mind to influence the body. Dr. Joe Dispenza, in his book You Are the Placebo, takes this phenomenon to a new level, showing us how we can intentionally harness this hidden power to heal, to grow, and even to redesign our lives. Today, I'll take you through the core lessons of this book, step by step, in a way that's easy to understand and, more importantly, easy to apply. Stay with me until the end, because the final insight may completely change how you see your health, your habits, and your future. The hidden power of belief. Let's begin with a question. If your beliefs can make you sick, can they also make you well? That's the question Dr. Joe asks. For decades, scientists have seen patients recover from illnesses simply because they believed they were receiving treatment, even when that treatment was fake. The body reacted as if it had received real medicine, producing healing chemicals, lowering pain, and repairing cells. Think about this. If the mind is that powerful unconsciously, imagine what could happen if you learn to use that power on purpose. How thought changes biology. Here's where it gets fascinating. Every thought you think triggers a chemical reaction in your body. When you're stressed, your brain floods your system with cortisol and adrenaline, preparing you for fight or flight. When you're calm and grateful, your brain releases serotonin and oxytocin, creating relaxation and repair. Over time, repeated thoughts literally rewire your brain. They strengthen certain neural pathways, shape your emotions, and even alter your genetic expression. In other words, your biology follows your beliefs. Joe Dispenza calls this firing and wiring. The more you think a thought, the more you reinforce the wiring in your brain. This is why habits, good or bad, feel automatic. The placebo effect in action. Let's look at some examples. In one famous study, patients who believed they were getting knee surgery experienced pain relief and improved mobility, even though the surgeon had only made small incisions and done nothing else. Their belief alone triggered real healing. In another study, patients with depression improved as much on sugar pills as they did on antidepressants. Again, the belief was enough to create measurable chemical changes in the brain. So here's the takeaway. Belief is medicine. Not always a replacement for modern treatment, but a powerful force we can't ignore. Becoming your own placebo. Now here's the exciting part. Joe Dispenza argues that you don't have to wait for a doctor and a sugar pill. You can generate the placebo effect on your own. How? By changing your thoughts, your emotions, and your expectations. It starts with a decision. No longer living as a victim of your old patterns, but instead becoming the designer of your inner world. He shares story after story of people who healed from chronic pain, immune disorders, and even life-threatening conditions, not through external medicine, but by reprogramming their minds. The role of meditation. So how do you actually reprogram the mind? One of the most powerful tools Joe teaches is meditation. Meditation allows you to step out of the autopilot mode, the constant stream of stress, worry, and habitual thought. In that quiet state, you can install new beliefs, visualize new outcomes, and literally teach your body to feel the emotions of a healthy future before it happens. For example, if you spend just 10 minutes a day visualizing yourself as energetic, vibrant, and strong, while generating emotions of gratitude and joy, your brain begins to treat that vision as reality. It starts producing the same chemicals as if you were already healthy. Over time, this rewires your biology to match the picture you've been holding in your mind, breaking the cycle of stress. Here's another key lesson. Stress is one of the greatest blockers of healing. When your body is stuck in survival mode, all energy goes to immediate survival, not long-term repair. Your immune system weakens, your digestion slows, your sleep suffers. Many people live in this state day after day, constantly reinforcing sickness instead of health. But when you practice relaxation, gratitude, and visualization, you move from survival mode into growth mode. That's when your body can repair, regenerate, and thrive. The science of expectation. Here's something fascinating. The body doesn't know the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. If you imagine eating a lemon, your mouth waters. If you imagine failing an exam, your heart races. The body reacts to the mind's story as if it's reality. This is why expectation is so powerful. If you expect recovery, your body prepares for recovery. If you expect decline, your body prepares for decline. Dispenza teaches that by shifting your expectation, you shift your future. Stories of transformation. The book is filled with remarkable stories. One woman was diagnosed with a serious disease and told she had little chance of recovery. Instead of giving in, she began daily meditations, visualizing her body healing cell by cell. Months later, scans showed her condition had improved dramatically. Another man, paralyzed after an accident, refused to accept that he'd never walk again. He spent hours every day imagining himself moving, feeling the muscles respond, picturing each step. Against all odds, he regained mobility. These aren't miracles. They're examples of people becoming their own placebo. From victim to creator. Here's the heart of the message. Most people live as victims of circumstance. They say things like, "That's just the way I am," or "This disease runs in my family." But Dispenza challenges us to move from victim to creator. Instead of waiting for external change, you create change from within. Instead of living in the memories of the past, you begin living in the vision of the future. And the more vividly you rehearse that future in your mind, the more your body begins to align with it. Practical steps to apply today. So how do you apply this in your own life? Here are a few simple practices straight from the book. Daily meditation. Even 10 minutes of quiet visualization can begin to rewire your brain. Gratitude practice. Each day, focus on what you're thankful for. Gratitude produces healing chemistry in the body. Emotional rehearsal. Don't just think about the future you want, feel it. Imagine the emotions of already being there. Awareness of thoughts. Catch yourself when you slip into negative thinking. Replace it with a thought that serves your vision. Consistency. Repetition creates results. Just as negative habits wire the brain, positive habits can rewire it. Why this matters more than ever. Think about the world we live in today. Stress is everywhere. Technology keeps us distracted. Many people feel powerless over their health and their future. That's why this book is so important. It reminds us that we are not powerless. We hold within us the ability to change our state of being, to influence our biology, and to step into a healthier, stronger, more vibrant version of ourselves. A challenge for you. Here's my challenge. Tonight before bed, close your eyes for 5 minutes. Picture one area of your life you want to improve. Maybe your health, your energy, or your confidence. Now imagine it vividly, as if it's already true. Feel the gratitude of already having it. Let your body experience those emotions. Do this daily, and watch how your mind, and eventually your life, begins to shift. Final thoughts. Dr. Joe Dispenza's "You Are the Placebo" delivers a profound message. You are not at the mercy of your past, your genetics, or your circumstances. You are far more powerful than you've been taught to believe. By changing your thoughts, by aligning your emotions, and by creating a vision of your future self, you can literally reprogram your biology. The placebo effect isn't just a medical curiosity. It's proof that your beliefs shape your reality. And once you understand that, you can stop waiting for healing from the outside and start generating it from the inside. So let me ask you, what belief are you ready to let go of? And what new belief will you install to create the future you desire? Share your answer in the comments. And if you found this video inspiring, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a reminder of their own inner power. Because in the end, the greatest medicine may not be in a bottle. It may already be inside you.